but like they are people that have inquired on everything.
Hi, Hannah.
Hey.
Right.
Hi, I'm Brandi from Globe Life American Income Division, and I spoke to you about the benefits through your Child Safe kit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So you know that they thought this was important enough for
Sometimes. I
you
mean,
personally.
they absolutely
But don't
can,
worry, I'm not going to take a lot
like,
of your time because I know you're busy. So let me go ahead and get started. And while I get this set up, let me ask you. So are you originally from the Abilene area?
Mm-hmm. I am.
You are?
Do I?
Great. You have family there?
Probably.
Mm-hmm. My parents.
Your parents? How long have you and Dylan been together?
10 years in July.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Yeah.
If you're doing that,
So how many kids do you have?
3 kids.
Very good. I have 5.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Oh,
That's
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
So, what do you do for work?
I am an art teacher.
You are? That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. Do you teach at the school?
Yeah.
Where were you born?
Very good. Very good. So, what do you guys like to do for fun?
I don't know. I guess just like to spend time with our family. Just kind of going shopping downtown, all sorts of little fun things like that.
Yeah. Yep.
No, it's
That's
like
I think bet your kids like to go shopping too, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Well, that's great. So, do you have any military background in your family?
No. Dylan does. His uncle. But that's really about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just I'm thanking for his service. My husband's military, and my husband's dad and grandfather are both retired military. So.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've got this set up. So I know you're dying to know what it is. So just let me tell you exactly why I'm visiting with you and what I'm going to be doing tonight. So my job is to go over some of the no-cost benefits that you've already been set up for, and then I'm going to go over some additional benefits that you might qualify for. So, my company, American Income, works with over 20,000 different local labor unions, credit unions, and associations throughout the United States. And look, whether you like unions or not, the thing everyone agrees is they really do have the best benefits. So a big reason for this is because of the relationship with American Income for the past 60 years. As you can imagine, they have me running around like crazy. So let me go ahead and just get started, and I'll jump on the first no-cost benefit for you. So Hannah, your first no-cost benefit is the Child Safe ID Kit. So it's a mobile app which is endorsed by the International Union of Police Associations. I'm sure you know a bunch of families with kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Did you know that Texas leads the nation in abductions? Did you know that 93% of the children that aren't found in the first 24 hours are never found?
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's a little scary. And that's why they decided to create the most comprehensive app of its kind to help find a missing child.
And who do you want as your
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to help you today, and I'm going to walk you through downloading and installing the app.
Okay.
Okay. So if you just go to your Play Store,
okay,
you can search up Child Safe ID Kit.
Okay.
And it's a big red square, like a stop sign.
Okay, got it.
Okay, great. So once you download that, it'll just walk you through a few simple steps.
Okay.
You can enter your information.
Okay.
And then it'll get you all set up. So imagine if your child went missing. Can you see how important this would be?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, so being endorsed the company by the International Union of Police Associations, they're asking that you refer at least 5 families for this app. And you mentioned that you knew families with children. Everyone always wants to put down dozens of people. But why don't we just start with a few people that's closest to you? Who's the first person that comes to mind?
I guess we can do our friends Robin and Sam.
Oh, okay, great. And who would be the next?
Yeah. This is
Brandi
this will
and
be when
Clay.
they take the payment
Okay.
for the policy. But like I said, we'll do.
And
what
who
we
would be
talked
next?
about.
Amanda and Clayton.
Okay. You have a couple more?
That is
Let's see. Let's do Tony
say it
and
one more time for me.
James.
Okay.
I think that's it though.
I think that's like, you don't have one more that you know that
And
has
the
kids that would
number?
benefit from this?
I guess we can do my brother, Jacob and Carrie.
Okay, great. Okay, so you said Robin and Sam, and what's their
Is
last
it
name?
1-1 or 1-1
Baloo.
and then 4 zeros?
Baloo. Okay, great. And you said Brandi and Clay, and what's their last name?
Okay, what I'm gonna see
James.
is
All right, and Amanda and Clayton.
Snyder.
Okay. And then Tony and James
Johnson.
Fill it out.
Johnson.
Just text it to you.
And then the last one was Jacob and Carrie.
This just verifies all
Cope.
the info
COPE.
we put on here.
Cope. Okay, great. Well, thanks, Hannah. So I've got those down. So there's another no cost benefit for you, and that's the AIL Plus discount card.
What do you
So
mean?
how are your benefits through work?
I mean, they're okay.
Yeah,
Not too bad.
they're
Oh,
okay.
with all this?
Yeah, as a teacher, I'm sure you've got
It
decent
takes
benefits, but
about,
you know, you're going to absolutely love this. I'm sure you know that by now. You
takes
can't rely on your
about-
group benefits since you don't control them,
about a week.
and they could
week
change
and a
at
half
any
after.
time, right?
Okay.
So this no cost
Yeah.
benefit will help with some of those gaps by giving you up to an 85% discount on things like dental, vision, prescription drugs, hearing aids, telemedicine, and chiropractic services.
Yeah,
So your membership
right
requires
there
an
where it
annual renewal,
says
and that's also
first,
at no cost to you.
full first and
Oh,
last
okay.
name.
We'll let you know when it's time to renew. You won't even have to think about it. It's super easy. So people always tell me that they didn't think that they would use it very much, but
Right
they
above
find
where it
themselves
says, are you
using
the
it all the time.
applicant? You'll type in
Again,
your first and last name.
This benefit is at no cost to you, and it's a good idea to get an extra peace of mind. So you'll receive an activation email within the next few days. So be on the lookout for that,
Okay.
and you can set that up.
Okay.
Okay, and so this is the no cost
we'll fill
accidental
out the
death
whole
and
thing.
dismemberment certificate.
The coverage is for you, your
So,
phone number, email,
if Dylan,
today's date.
This is a living benefit that
And then
pays
when
you
you get to right
$2,000
there
for the loss of
below
one
under
hand,
today's
one
date,
foot,
I'm going
a
to tell
sight,
you
and
who to
one
put
eye,
in for the
or
representative.
double that amount, or $4,000 for the loss of any two. So Hannah, for you, this benefit would pay you $4,000 should
No, I'm going to get you
Dylan
to
die
put
accidentally.
Andre.
Okay.
I'm going to
Now, I know that $4,000
how to
doesn't seem like a
spell
lot of money in the world, and really, it's not.
AMDR.
But if we're Dylan to die, his paycheck would die with him, right?
Yeah.
And I would imagine that would put a crunch in your budget, wouldn't it?
Probably.
And then the
Yeah,
last
especially
name
having 3
is
children.
J
So
A.
So you can see how this would definitely help, right?
Definitely.
EG.
All right, great. So you're going to receive a green certificate in the mail, and you'll want to fill it out completely and send it to the PO box at the top to ensure that you're covered for that. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. All right. So one more thing I need to do is to put 2 emergency contacts on here in the event
I mean, he's on my
to die
team.
together
It's
in a
just
common
trainee
accident.
of mine.
Okay.
It's actually a
So
guy
if
that came
you
in
if you live in
right
Texas
before
over the
you.
age of 18 and living outside your home. So who is your first emergency contact?
And then you'll put
my
not including this
sister, Tara.
application, do you have an
Okay,
active
great.
policy with us?
And what's her last name?
Cope. COPE.
Okay. And who's your second emergency contact?
My mom, Pam.
And you'll just take a screenshot of the stuff on your bank.
Okay, and what's her last name?
Cope.
and then upload that picture just to verify it.
Great, thank you so much.
Mhm.
So now when something
No.
happens,
It just verifies your
you're
routing
gonna
account
need to
number.
call our local office number.
Okay.
So can you please
Yeah.
grab your phone real quick
Yeah.
for me? Okay, so the office number is 832
Just want to make sure
0800.
it is.
Okay.
What they want
So
to
just so
do
your
is
family
make
gets
sure
the money
that
they're entitled
you
to,
told me the right
I'm going to be
numbers and
calling
that
your
we typed all the numbers
contacts
in
personally
correctly.
so
Because
that
if
they know what to
don't,
do in
then
the
it doesn't
event
come out
that
and
there
it
is a
creates a
claim.
big headache.
Okay.
Okay, so great. If you could please,
It's
will you
just
please
another
give
way
them
to
a heads
verify.
up? They'll be hearing from me. In addition, if they choose, they will also have access to all of these benefits thanks to you.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, great. All right, so Hannah and Dylan, so this policy is just on you, but the second part of this benefit is that you can extend this to your closest family members and friends at no cost to you and no cost to them. So how this works, let's just say, God forbid, Tara, your sister, were to die in an accident, a $2,000 policy, just like yours, will pay out to her family at no cost to you or to her.
Hmm.
So all you're doing is giving them the option to take advantage of this, just like you are. So the ability to extend this is tied to my visit with you today because your enrollment period. So it's important not to prejudge anyone else's situation. Just let her decide for themselves, okay?
31306.
Okay, now they give you $20,000 worth of this benefit, which means you can extend it up to
For your
10
routing number.
families.
I think it's
Obviously, your emergency
111
contacts will automatically be included.
000614.
So your sister Tara and your mom Pam will be included, and they're going to be taken care of. So that leaves you with 8 more. And you mentioned that you had a brother.
$83.
Jacob.
70
Oh, okay.
And then I have
Right.
another brother, John.
Okay. And is he married?
Yes.
Okay. And what's his wife's name?
Lauren.
Okay, great. And what's their last name?
Cope.
Yeah, so what that's
Okay, great.
telling
So
you
do
is
you
that
have
the
any
initial
friends or
premium will come out
at
within
work
24 to
that
72
would like these
hours.
benefits? If we can
After
share them with?
that, you're gonna be officially
Well, I
in
can
the underwriting
do
process.
Dylan's
The
sisters.
underwriting
He has
process
Oh, that
three
was-
is anywhere
sisters.
from 2 to 8
Oh, okay,
weeks.
that would be
Obviously,
great.
if you're in
Yeah,
great health, it's not gonna take
what are their
8
names?
weeks.
Monica,
So
Stephanie,
you will-
and
once-
Lacey.
Once you're approved,
Okay,
you'll get
great.
your policy with a big blue folder in the mail.
And what are their last names?
Rankin.
All 3 of them?
No,
Okay,
no.
are
you're
they
just sticking
married?
in a place that you want to
No.
live.
They're all single.
And if you ever lose it, you can access it
All
online.
right. So we've got a couple more that you can extend these benefits to. So do you
What's
have
that?
anybody at work that would benefit from these benefits?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, probably just one. Becky.
Perfect.
Oh, okay, great, Becky. And
How
what's
is
her
your
last
health?
name?
Have you ever used drugs or-
Wills. WILLS. That's probably it. I can't think of anybody else.
Have you had a physical
Oh, okay,
exam
great.
in the last 5 years?
Okay, great. So
Yeah.
Hannah,
Perfect.
just make sure that you give these families you extended the no cost benefits to a call or a text, just letting them know that I'll be calling in the next few days.
That's fine.
And as long as they have a heads up,
Are you
they're really
taking
happy.
prescription
But if I can
medications?
call them and they don't know who I am or why I'm calling, sometimes they get confused. They'll be upset with both of us.
Okay.
Have you smoked marijuana
So
in the
please,
last year?
please let me know. Let them know. So can you make
have
sure
to
that
go
they
to
call,
a
that you
clinic,
call them?
doctor,
Mhm.
or
Yeah, I'll make sure.
urgent care place.
Oh, okay, great,
That's
Hannah.
something that-
All right, so now I'm going to jump into reviewing the exclusive benefits that you
Mhm.
must
Like, you got
qualify
sick,
for.
what do you use?
All of
Okay.
the families that I see love this part of the program, and it's why 20,000 groups handpicked American Income to handle their
Yeah.
permanent and portable benefits in the past 60 plus years.
Is there one right there?
So the best part,
Uh,
you're getting access to the same exclusive benefits that groups like police officers, firefighters, and unions have had access to without having to pay the fee.
Yeah, just tell me.
Okay.
Shoot, tell me if you have one close to where you are that you usually go to. Man, I haven't even.
Excuse me, my allergies have been awful.
Dying.
All right, so the next cost benefit they have set up for you is the needs analysis software. So I'm going to ask you some questions. And if there is a need, it won't make any recommendations. If there is a need, then I will review that recommendation with you.
Okay.
Before I do, let me show you my license information here in the state of Texas.
Oh, shoot.
See if I can share my screen. It's running a little slow today.
That's fine.
Got it. Got it. It's a 24-hour.
Okay. I
No,
see
no,
it.
no, no, no. No, so what it is it's like, it just, all it's asking is if you go on there, they just want to make sure that you're,
Okay, great. Can you,
like your medical records show that you're healthy. That's all it is.
can you see my license?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Sorry, I think we cut out for just a second. All right, so to get this, you must be a member of an authorized group or sponsored by and by someone who is. So
You can see
we're
here
good
that
there.
they have you
So
set
you
up
must also have an active checking account with a traditional brick and mortar bank or a credit union. So who is your checking account with?
With Chase.
there. You said you,
Oh, okay, great. So have you or anyone in the household been diagnosed with COVID-19 virus in the past 12 months?
No.
Perfect. Okay, so before I go any further, it looks like the needs analysis found some gaps in your coverage. So I have this mandatory read-off letter for you. It explains how the enrollment process works. So I'm going to show you the letter. I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to show you the letter. So in okay, so Hannah, instead of reading this whole thing,
yeah.
I've got the mandatory read-off letter pulled up. Just let me summarize it for you. So what it's basically saying
text this over
is
to
that
you.
if, as I'm going through any of the benefits, you're nodding your head, yeah, thinking, wow, these are some great benefits. And I can see why 20,000
Okay.
groups approved this and why everybody's doing it.
No.
And I'm going to go ahead
No,
and ask you
it's-
to apply today. So on the flip side, if I'm going through the benefits and you're thinking to yourself, you know, these really are some great benefits, but they don't feel a need for me and my family right now, then I'm going to ask you to not apply. So either way, yes or no, that decision does have to be made today during your service period. So in all fairness to all the other members waiting to enroll, you'll see what they did. So they set it up to be a no-brainer. It's just going to be easy, yes or no. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so whatever you decide to do, they do want to give you your option in Google review, which is sort of like my report card. So I try to get a 5-star rating every time. So it's important to stop me if you have any questions. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, great. So Hannah, will you stop me if you have any questions?
Yes.
Okay, Dylan, will you please do the same?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so we can move forward.
That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as it's signed for sure.
As you know, over the years, we go through contract negotiations and benefit changes at work. So it's just a give and take. Lately, it seems like we're playing a lot more paying a lot more, but getting a lot less. And the company has a labor advisory board of 50
Mm.
international union presidents whose main job is to provide the best wages and benefits for their members. So from their feedback, along with the feedback from members like you, they came up with a list of concerns that apply to all working families, whether they're union or not. So I'm going to share my screen one more time with you, and I'm going to show you these list of concerns. And let me just get this pulled up for you.
Perfect, I got it back. Right. And then just send me that Venmo.
Can you see my screen now?
I can see it now.
Were you able to find your
Okay, so as you can see, the first concern is
study
copays,
stuff?
deductibles, and lost
Did that
wages.
stuff-
Lost wages.
Okay,
So
okay.
how's your health insurance benefits through work?
It's okay.
Oh, okay, great. So no matter how good they really are, there's always gaps that are not covered. So the doctors and
Normally, like
hospitals
if
are doing
you're,
great. They're doing
half the
amazing.
freezing to take the
Have you ever
longest.
seen their parking lots?
But if you do it,
You know what they look like?
if you actually do it, then it's gonna be, I would say at the
Oh,
most
yes. Sorry.
5 or 6 days before you're ready.
So when someone in your family is hurt or injured, there are lost wages as well as out-of-pocket expenses. That health insurance just doesn't cover it. So the next concern is funeral and final
I think that's what it
expenses.
was.
Now, have you ever dealt with a
Okay.
funeral before?
All right, my man.
Not
You're
really.
Good to go. I appreciate you and
Grandparents, but I was really young.
You were really
All right,
young,
Josh,
so you
thank
really
you.
didn't get to experience what it was like
Yeah.
to do all that. So do you know what the average funeral cost?
Was that what you
I don't know, maybe
Mm-hmm.
like
Oh, right. Okay. So
7,000, 8,000.
Yeah, I mean, in
Yeah,
the state of
I try to
Texas,
get like
costing
everybody
a
that I
funeral
come
is
in, because
approximately
here's what it does. It does two
$14,000 now.
things.
And if you take all the final expenses into account, the total cost to a family is about $20,000 for the final burial. And as you know, the funeral homes want their money right away. And this creates tons of stress for this surviving family because they're the ones that have to take care of all of that, right? Now, most of the families that I sit down with don't have to have that kind of money lying around. And even if they did, let's just be real, they don't set that aside for that. So the next concern is paycheck loss. Look, I don't even care how great your benefits are from work. They're not going to keep a paycheck coming into the home. So this is a huge concern for the surviving spouse and the children. So the next concern is your mortgage or rent. Aside from the emotional trauma from an unexpected death can cause, having to have the surviving spouse and kids potentially move out of their home makes everything that much worse. So they want to make sure that wouldn't happen to the families that we sit down and visit with. And also the next concern is the children's protection. So due to the fact that work benefits don't provide any permanent coverage for their kids or protection for their kids' future due to the loss of one or even both of their parents, they may want to make sure that they have something in place. So the kids are the most vulnerable to any experience and these severe consequences from death of a parent. And that's why this is a top priority. Now, I realize there are a lot of concerns and I know they're jaw dropping, but when you really think about it, the next concern, as of right now in the United States, is terminal illness. For men, there's a 1 in 2 chance of developing or dying from cancer. For women, it's 1 in 3 until the age of 65. Then after the age of 65, it's 1 out of 2. Right now, the cancer is the leading cause of bankruptcy due to illness, and it's absolutely devastating to families. So, I mean, when you think about it, 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 3, and if there is a 1 out of 3 in chance that your house would catch on fire, would you go to sleep? Yeah,
Yeah, definitely not.
$1,000 a month,
no.
guaranteed.
Most people would tell me no. So the next concern is, and this is a huge one, is the group benefits. So you see, the group benefits are for groups, but not individuals. They have different needs. And more importantly, you can't rely on your group benefits because you don't own those benefits. So believe it or not, aside from retirement, people can lose their benefits if they are unemployed or if they have long illness before death. They wanted me to make sure you have permanent benefits that weren't tied to work benefits. So the last concern is affordability. Now, to take care of all these concerns, it's usually just way too expensive. So since we sat down with people making $7 an hour and some making $77 an hour, some are working tons of overtime, some are retired or laid off. Regardless of the situation, they wanted this to be affordable to everybody. So the way they set it up is, so Dylan, let's just imagine your boss comes to you at work and tells you that because things have been going so well, they want you to start paying you for 41 hours instead of 40. Now, with that 1 hour, Dylan, are you going to tell your wife it's time for matching Ferraris?
No, probably not.
Yeah, no. Are you going to call a travel agent and book your dream vacation that you guys have been waiting to do for so long?
No.
No. Yeah, I don't think so. So, of course not. I mean, no, on the flip side. So, let's say that work is a little slow and your boss comes up to you and says, hey, instead of laying you and some of your coworkers off, they would just send everyone home an hour early on Friday. So you'd be working 39 hours instead of 40. Would you have to get rid of your car or your cell phone?
No.
No, you wouldn't cancel your TV subscription either, would you?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So the idea is that 1 hour really isn't going to change your lifestyle. But having gaps in your coverage can be devastating to your family. And that's why they set up this way. So let me show you how 1 hour can take care of all of your concerns. Let me get this set up here for you. I'm going to share my screen another time with you, and I'm going to put up I do apologize. My system is super slow tonight.
No problem at all.
Okay. Can you see that?
When you are
Okay, so Hannah, Dylan, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
signed up,
Okay, great.
because
So it helps if I just use an illustration to show you what's been set up for you. So Dylan, let's just imagine that you go to work tomorrow right now and you're both at job A. So it's on this side of the screen, right? It's on the left. And job A, you have normal group benefits. So with job A, you're making $14.75 per week. So let's just say that another job opens up and we'll call this one job B. So you have the same benefits, same coworkers, same responsibilities, same everything. The only difference is the income. So instead of making, you're gonna do $14.75 per week, you're making $14.35 per week. So this is about 1 hour's wage difference. So, which, like you said before, wouldn't change anything for you. So look, that 1 hour didn't mean much, and they decided to put it towards something that would. So we're going to handle these concerns, and it's going to be very simple. Okay, so the benefit covers your entire family due to any sort of accident. So like I said before, health insurance and group benefits are great, but they don't cover anything. This program pays you up to $100. I'll put that here. Every time you go to the doctor, urgent care, or hospital for any accident or injury, whether it's a bump, a bruise, or even a bee sting. So even if you end up in the hospital overnight, it's going to pay you $200. And we're going to double that, $400 per day for any intensive care. So let's say you have an accident and end up in the hospital for 5 days. By having this in place, it pays you up to $1,000, which is tax-free. So considering that you're not working and making money, do you see how this money would help you take care of your bills?
Yes.
Yes. All right, great. So on top of that, you're going to get $10,000 for the loss of a hand, a foot, or sight in one eye, and double that, which is $20,000 for any two. So the last part of this benefit provides an additional $20,000 up to $100,000 for an accidental death benefit. So depending on the type of accident, as you can see with your current job, none is covered. So the next concern has to do with your funeral and final expenses. So there's 100% chance that you're going to use this expense. So the freedom of choice certificate, shall share that with you. It's not coming up.
5 weeks.
I can see that.
Oh, you can see the certificate now?
You get
Yeah.
everything out now.
Oh, perfect. I guess my system is just lagging a little bit this evening. Okay, so this certificate is accepted at every funeral home in the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. AIL is the only insurance company to provide the freedom of choice benefit, and this pays out tax-free. So it guarantees protection from day one since it's funded by the whole life insurance. Any money left over after paying for the funeral cremation goes directly to the family. So how much do you think it would cost for a funeral home would charge if you told them that you had, let's just say $50,000 a whole life insurance?
They'd probably want the whole thing.
Exactly. So right here on this right side of this assignment, that's why we leave this, and then you fill that out to any funeral home of your choice, and the rest of that will go directly to the family. So Okay, so Hannah and Dylan, so they're using a permanent benefit to fund your freedom of choice. So that's why it's when and not if your family needs it. So Hannah, on the worst day of your life, can you see how this would make things easier for you and your kids?
Definitely.
Yeah, so right now you don't have anything like this in place. So the freedom of choice is going to be the $30,000. Okay. Okay, so Hannah, when something happens to Dylan, you're probably going to miss him, right?
Maybe.
So, but after a few weeks go by, aside from missing Dylan, what else do you think your family is going to miss?
Probably his income.
Exactly. So your program provides for a total of $100,000 that pays out for any kind of a death to take care of this concern. So Hannah, would this give you and your children $2,700 every month for 3 years?
Wow.
This made me feel better.
So this would just be like Dylan was still here. So this gives you time to figure out what you're going to do with your life, your job, and any other insurance money. So this would also give $20,000, $2,700 for 3 months, or
For 3 years.
yep, that's not what I want. For 36 months. For the both of you, if something happened to either one of you. So right now, as it stands, there is no monthly income replacement. So also besides your income, the next thing people want secured for their family is their home. That's exactly why the benefit software is recommending more mortgage or rent protection your program includes, which is $100,000. For the coverage of Dylan. So statistically, if you were to die during your working years, it's probably not going to be a health issue like a stroke or a heart attack. It'd probably be due to an accident. So this is funded by accidental death benefit to save you money. So right now with your current job, they aren't going to pay you your mortgage when something happens, but this program does. The next concern the benefit software found had to do with your children's future education. Most families I see tell me they want their kids to have the option of going to college. Statistically, the biggest thing that would prevent that is if the kids lost one, or could you even imagine if your 3 kids lost both of you?
Took me,
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, especially if they're minors. So the benefit software is going to give you $100,000 for the child's education. So which breaks down to, so you've got 3 kids. So that would be approximately $33,000 each for each child. So that's huge.
Yeah, big time.
you know,
Yeah. So as you can see right now over here, you don't have that. So you don't have your kids protected for that. So also included is a special $10,000 life insurance plan for all of your children that are 18 or younger. So and all 3 of your children are under 18, so it will cover them. So when they turn 21, they can convert this to 5 times that amount or $50,000 of permanent life insurance with no health questions. So having this in place may be their key to getting coverage later on. So when they may otherwise not be able to qualify. And the group coverage benefits don't provide anything permanent to your children. So another important feature of this program, if you're diagnosed with terminal illness such as cancer, you can access half of your freedom of choice and income protection benefit while you're alive. They're providing you with $65,000 for this fund. So Dylan and Hannah, this gives you the chance to put your family in the best situation financially if you get the worst news imaginable. So the remainder of the benefit will pay out to your family as a death benefit. Your current benefits don't provide anything there. So as you can see, they thought of pretty much everything. So also, unlike your group benefits, which you can lose, these benefits are permanent and portable. So if you leave your job, retire, or leave the union, you can keep these. So in addition, if you're on a qualified layoff, they will cover the benefits for you for 3 months. If you're ever in a situation where you have to qualify a qualified strike, it's up to 12 months. This way, you and your family won't lose the benefits when you really need them the most. So by the way, you never have to pay them back. So Hannah and Dylan, now that I've reviewed everything with you, I'm sure you can see why the 20,000 groups choose this program above all of the others and why more families have our programs than any other companies because of the value and the full circle of protection it provides. So I mean, Dylan, if something were to happen to you, like a bad car accident, your family would receive $370,000 tax-free. And that's all for about 1 hour's worth of wages per week. So with your current job, there is no guarantee that your family would receive anything at all. So Hannah and Dylan, if you went back to work tomorrow and you had the choice between job A and job B, which would you take?
I guess job B.
So why would you choose job B if you're making more money over at job A?
The added benefits.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's what everyone says. It's really just it's a no-brainer. Okay, so everyone wants the benefits, but not everyone can get the benefits, as I mentioned before. So I do have to get you qualified first. So let me run through these questions and let's see if you qualify. I'm going to share my screen one more time. Okay, Hannah, Dylan, can you see my application, the QR checklist?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we're going to go over this really quickly to make sure that we can get you qualified. Okay, so has any of the proposed insured ever been treated or advised to be treated for alcoholism, alcohol abuse, including membership in AA, or been advised by a physician to reduce alcohol
If y'all watch YouTube
No.
videos.
Has any proposed insured ever used drugs prescribed by a physician, such as cocaine and methamphetamines, barbiturates, hallucinogens, tranquilizers, narcotics, or sedatives?
No.
Been
Has any proposed insured ever had their driver's license suspended or revoked because of a moving violation or been arrested, including arrest for driving while intoxicated or under the influence?
No.
Has any proposed insured flown within the last 2 years or intend to fly in the future as other than a passenger on a scheduled airline?
No.
Now would be like neither one of you are pilots or plan to be pilots.
I see.
No, not anytime soon.
Yeah, he's the,
Has any proposed insured participated within the last 2 years or intended to participate in any of the following activities: auto, motorcycle, or boat racing, parachute jumping, skin or scuba diving, or skydiving?
No.
policy.
Has any proposed insured ever been advised to take tests and not done so, or not received the results, been diagnosed as having or received treatment for high blood pressure, chest pain, heart attack, stroke, or any heart, blood, or circulatory disorder?
What's the policy?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever had or been treated for any of the following conditions: diabetes or other endocrine disorder?
No.
Okay, paralysis, epilepsy, mental disease or disorder, or any other nervous system or brain disorder such as depression, anxiety, ADHD, bipolar, PTSD, or anything else?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever had arthritis or any injury to or trouble with your back, knees, or any of your joints?
No.
Okay, so to the best of your knowledge and belief, do you have the physical impairment or departure from good health?
Yes.
Okay. And what are those? You want to give me some details on the?
You can
I
take
thought-
over
I thought,
$100 for the first time.
No, it's no.
You can
Sorry.
reduce down.
Okay, let me go over that one again. So to the best of your knowledge and belief, do you have any physical impairment or departure from good health?
Paycheck.
No.
Okay, great. Okay, so has any proposed insured ever been advised to take tests and not done so, or not received the results, been diagnosed as having or received treatment for cancer, tumor, or unexplained masses?
$100
No.
or $50.
Okay. Has any proposed insured ever been rejected for life or medical hospital insurance related or failed to receive a policy as applied for?
That's
No.
what they taught us.
Has any proposed insured in the last 5 years had a physical examination?
Yes.
Low.
Okay, great. And when was that examination?
Back in
Okay.
February.
Okay, great. So have you had any medical treatment, including any prescription medications?
No.
Okay, and then in the past 5 years, has any proposed insured been hospitalized?
Because y'all can always
No.
increase it later. No.
Okay, so is any proposed insured currently a resident in a nursing home or ever been diagnosed as having a terminal illness, including Alzheimer's disease?
No.
Okay, has any proposed insured ever had or been treated for any of the following conditions: asthma, emphysema, sleep apnea, or other respiratory disorder?
No.
Any ulcers, colitis, or other digestive tract disorders?
No.
Yeah.
Psoriasis, hepatitis, or other liver disorder, or any blood
Mhm.
disorder, or received a bone marrow transplant?
Now.
No.
But I would say
Kidney, prostate, urinary bladder, or other generatory disorder?
No.
Disease of the breast, uterus, or ovaries?
sorry.
No.
Okay, rheumatoid arthritis or any other musculoskeletal disorder?
Nope.
Loss of hearing or loss of sight?
No.
Acquired immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS, AIDS-related complex, ARC, or AIDS-related conditions?
Mhm.
No.
Has any proposed insured ever tested positive for antibodies to the AIDS HIV virus?
No.
Okay, so does any proposed insured smoke cigarettes or use tobacco in any other form?
No.
Okay, so that's great. You say no. So That includes like vaping, nicotine patches, marijuana, anything like that, nicotine gum.
No, none of those.
Oh,
Okay, great. And you just said, so has any proposed insured used marijuana in the past year?
No.
Okay, great. Okay, so now I'm sure you've already done the math, and basically when it comes down to it between job A and job B, it's a little over $130 per week. So this program is set up on just a once a month computerized deduction through your banking system. Having it done this way gains you to a discounted rate. So your program is $260 per month, and this can be handled anytime between the, let's see, today's the 20th, so we can do this between the 20th and the 3rd of the month. So what date's best for you?
bonus.
How much did you say?
Per advance,
It was going to be $230 a month.
I get paid.
Oh yeah, that's way too much
On-
for us right now.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's exactly what I thought. So I don't know about you guys, but whenever I check out Best Buy and I get something, they always ask me if I want the warranty. I usually decline because whatever I'm getting is usually replaceable. So let's imagine that you had a machine in your house that printed out $4,000 a month, or pretty much equivalent to what your monthly income is. If that machine broke down, would it be irreplaceable, or would you just spend the $30 per week on a warranty that would make sure the machine wasn't broken down, and the $4,000 would keep coming into the home?
And then
I
one
guess,
left, and then they were like, hey, come work with
I
me at
guess
this
to fix it.
brokerage, and everybody.
Yeah, so I would too. So I'm pretty sure you didn't think of this, but you are that machine, and that program is the warranty for a few cents of the dollar. Basically, the idea is taking your first hour Monday morning and setting that aside for your family. So, and with that 1 hour, you give your family the security of knowing that income that they need, what they need will not be cut off from them. So the most important thing is getting in on the benefits, but keeping it affordable for you and your family. Your program is set up right now around 1 hour's wage per week. So it's $30 per week or $130 per month. And that has inflation protection built in. So is that comfortable for you, or do you want to adjust that just a little bit?
My mindset is changed
Yeah, if we can
100%.
adjust that to the 130, that should be fine.
Like, yes, you.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so all of the applications are electronic signatures. And because this is a member-owned program, and once it's issued, it cannot be taken away from American Income or your employer. There is an application process, which we started with the health questions. In addition, this will be signed electronically. So after we complete the application, you will receive an email from DocuSign to which you will confirm the accuracy of the information. And so that you're agreeing electronically sign these applications just as if it was your own signature.
Okay.
Okay, so Hannah and Dylan, almost everyone wants to take advantage of this program. You know, like you, because of the value and the cost is very small compared to the many benefits. Now it's very rare, but sometimes a member cancels. Could be a week, a month, a year later. And we end up seeing these same people the next service period, 2 or 3 years later, and they're upset because they're no further ahead than they were. So most people end up wanting to reapply for the benefits. So the problem is that now the program is more expensive because they're older. Worse yet, some people can't even get into it anymore because their health has changed. So the point is that it's not a short-term fix, it's a long-term solution. And the longer you are into the program, the more valuable it is. So if this $130 per month is comfortable for you or uncomfortable for you, we can fix it now. So Hannah and Dylan, how does everything feel right now with this $130 a month?
I think I
Yeah,
had actually told him I wanted
Yeah,
to quit
the
like
130,
5 times in
it
1
should
week.
be fine.
Okay, great. So I also want to emphasize that the first draft date is going to be within the next 24 to 48 hours, but that your bank might not reflect it for up to 10 days. So I want to make sure we're good on that first draft and that the money will be there. And if there are any issues this creates, lots of headaches for both of us, and it reflects poorly on me because it makes it look like I pressured you into something you don't want to do. So are you sure we're good to go on that first draft date?
Yeah, let's go
His
ahead and do
dad had
that.
said,
Okay, good. Then please make sure to keep this important program in place for your family. And the next time we see you, you'll be really happy you did.